good, YouTube? It's your boy Cass here, and we are here for another episode of why your team will not win the Super Bowl in 2021. So let's get into this. So, we're going to be breaking down the New York Giants today. So, the first thing I see about the Giants is they've really worked this offseason to improve their receiving and offensive game. They have Saquon Barkley. They have Kenny Galladay. They drafted Kadarius Toney. They brought in John Ross, and I even think Dante Pettis is going to be able to add something to this receiving core. So you get a core that has Galladay, Shepard, Slayton, Toney, Ross, Pettis. That's a good six. And then you grab Evan Ingram and Kyle Rudolph. Evan Ingram's basically a receiver playing tight end. Then you put one of the biggest red zone threats at the position in. I think you really are looking at something. Now, one thing I think New York's going to struggle at is their offensive line is getting older. Nate Solder has been one of the most overpaid offensive linemen for the past couple of years. They need to get better on the offensive line. Another thing is Daniel Jones really hasn't proved that he is anything yet. So he needs to step up this year. There is no longer any more reason that he cannot succeed with this squad. Especially if they're able to bolster up the offensive line, there is no excuse why he can't succeed. Now, moving to the defense, that's where I think this team's more going to struggle on than their offensive side of the ball. So, cornerbacks are going to be shut down. Darnay Holmes, big play Darnay. James Bradbury, great. I'm not a big fan of Adoree Jackson. He didn't do anything when he played for Tennessee. And if you really look at it, he hasn't done anything throughout his career. I like Xavier McKinney. I like Julian Love. I've been a big fan of Jabril Peppers, and I like Logan Ryan. I love the safety combos. I am a huge fan of James Bradbury. Azeez Ojulari, I wanted the Titans to draft. I like Blake Martinez. I like Reggie Ragland. I think this team could be a big win team. Looking more into it, I think this could be a playoff squad. I don't think they're going to win the NFC East, but I think they could definitely compete for it with this team. But the big reason I'm going to say why they won't win the Super Bowl in 2021 is definitely going to be for their lack of offensive line help. Lack of being able to help Daniel Jones. Another thing I like that they brought in is they're bringing in a little bit of help for Saquon. I like Corey Clement. Corey Clement was very instrumental on that Eagles run. As well, I like Will Hernandez a lot. But yeah, that's what I think. Some other things that could be very instrumental is the fact that they don't really have a lot of help besides back at the the nose tackle position, as well as the inside linebacker position that could really come in and assist them very much. Saquon coming back from injury is huge. Hopefully he can have some sort of like a breakout year this year. That's what you could be hoping for. As well as, but what it's really going to hamp at is these two guys right here. Like, for example, Sterling Shepard put up 600 yards last year. Well, now that he's going to be the number 2, that's okay. But as a number 1 receiver, you can't put up 600 yards. If I'm not wrong, I believe Darius Slayton had more yards than he did. Let me check that. 656, and this had 751. So I was right. He just didn't have as many touchdowns. Now Slayton and Shepard are going to be great, a great second and third option for this man right here, Kenny Galladay. Galladay, I don't believe, had a lot of yards last year. I might be wrong. Yeah, he didn't have a lot of yards last year because he dealt with injuries. but with 20 receptions, he had over almost 350 yards. So that's actually not bad. And if you look at some of his previous seasons, where can I find that at? Okay. Guess they don't show that on here. But he's been a guy. Oh, here we go. Stats. If you look at some of his previous seasons, here you go, where he played in 16 games in 2019, he had 1,000 yards and 11 touchdowns. He played in 15 games in 2018, had 1,000 yards and 5 touchdowns. He's a guy that when he plays all the games and is the predominant option, he could get you 1,000 yards. And I think that's what Kenny Golladay, he's a secure piece of hands. Hopefully, he can help out this New York Giants team, and hopefully he can help out Daniel Jones. If you guys have enjoyed this episode of why your team will win the Super Bowl in 2021, this is your boy Cass. But above all else, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.